Risotto is such a beloved dish, but it can come off as daunting and complicated if you don't follow a few important rules. We're gonna break down the steps it takes to make an absolutely perfect risotto. Risotto is traditionally made with arborio rice, which is a type of short grain rice. It has a high starch content, which allows it to become creamier once cooked. You can use other types of rice or grains like long grain rice, farro, or barley, but we'd recommend sticking with arborio. There's no hard and fast line when it comes to achieving the ideal consistency. However, a good rule of thumb is for every 1 cup of rice, use 4 to 6 cups of stock. We're using chicken stock, but you can use the stock of your choice, or even hot water in a pinch. We're gonna bring the stock to a boil over high heat. If you add cold stock to your rice, it won't cook through or achieve that ideal creamy texture. As our stock comes to a boil, we need to select the right pot for the risotto. Make sure to use a tall pot. As you continuously add stock, the rice will double in size, and if your pot is too small, it could overflow. Once the stock is boiling, reduce the heat to a simmer, or just keep it close by. The important thing is that the stock stays warm. Bring your risotto pot to the stove and reduce the heat to medium. Now add your oil to the pan. Once the oil's hot, it's time to add your allium of choice. We're going with shallots. If you don't want to use shallots, you can use other alliums, like onions, scallions, or garlic, whichever you prefer. You're going to cook the shallots until they're translucent. At this point, add the mushrooms and butter, cooking down until soft and tender. This is going to take a little while, so be patient. That's really the theme of this dish. But if you don't like mushrooms, you can skip this step and go straight to adding the rice. Once your mushrooms have cooked down, add the garlic, thyme, salt, and pepper. Again, this is just for an extra boost of flavor, but you can experiment with the seasonings of your choice. Now it's time to add the rice. Stir the rice until it's fully coated with the mushroom mixture. You want to toast the rice, but not burn it. This will take a minute or 2. Next, add a splash of wine. This adds a boost of acidity to the dish. If you don't want to use alcohol, you can swap it for lemon juice. When the wine is cooked off, that's the sign it's time to start adding the stock. Word to the wise, patience really is a virtue when it comes to making risotto. You want to add just enough stock to cover the rice, stirring fairly constantly until it's absorbed. Don't try to rush the process by adding more stock. This won't allow the rice to cook evenly and you'll end up with a soupy mess. Continue to add the stock bit by bit until the rice is al dente, which takes about 15 to 20 minutes. You'll know it's done when the rice has just a bit of firmness left in it and the texture is creamy. If you can pull the spoon through the risotto and it slowly oozes back in place, you're done. For extra creaminess and flavor, add some grated Parmesan and stir to combine. And that's it, you're done. Risotto really isn't that complicated. There's a lot of room for experimentation and customization, as long as you remember to abide by the basic principles. Take your time, be patient, follow the rules, and you'll be a risotto master in no time.